What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 4. So before we get started this episode, I did notice that the sound was a bit loud when we were in combat, made things a little hard to hear. So do remember, when I'm recording, I have on headphones, so it's hard to tell, how our volume levels are. So I have adjusted this. If you guys still feel it is hard to hear, just let me know. We'll make adjustments from there. So either way, moving from this point, as mentioned last episode, you're mainly up against puppets. So you do want to go ahead and switch out your fire for your electric blitz. With that being said, there's one enemy in particular where fire is going to help out quite a bit. So I'd at least have just one buff for fire. Then electric will keep us due until the next area at least. Actually, a little bit past that, but either way. As we move on into the greenhouse, you're going to be dealing with new puppets, right? DLC, new area, new enemy types. So they do a lot of kicks. They do a drop kick, sweep kicks. It's kind of a lot of bullshit. Now they can also use their arm to block, but when they do that, a lot of times if you break their stance, they'll actually turn them around and you just get a really easy backstab. But on top of that, we could also just kind of sit here and just stay on them, just stay on them. You notice we almost locked them down, somewhat. And that's what I'm saying. So you could definitely turn them around a bit. Yeah, they are going to do quite a bit of damage, so we'll do our best to deal with them. But all in all, they're just basic guys. Basic female puppets, but you know what I mean. So over here on your left, that's going to be your first shortcut. We're going to get you guys here in a second. Thank you. There's almost always going to be a follow-up, guys. Almost always going to be a follow-up. Now, as you progress from this point, there's going to be a series of crates here, stack of crates. What I would have you guys do... Oh, did he really reach us? Yep. Try to just sit back because of the fact that you have a guy just, firing at you over there. You see that? So he says, it's going to be much better off. Try to sit back till she's dead, then we'll deal with his ass. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Alright, so once you have him taken out, over here in the cell is Electric Blitz Abrasive. It may come handy here in a little bit. I mean, we have two of our Electric Blitz buffs, but, sometimes it's enough, sometimes you do wish you had a little bit more. Alright, now we're going to start dealing with the Alchemist again. These guys are, they can be pretty damn rough at times. Thank you. Luckily, that critical went off enough. Every time it goes off, it kind of staggers him back a bit, so, it does help out quite a bit. So here's just a little bit of lore about the legendary Stalker.
Whoa, get a look at this impressive handiwork. I've seen something like this before, but... Wait. Ever heard of the legendary Stalker? If not, just keep going. I'll explain later.
Right. Either way, if you were to go to the left, that's going to bring you up and actually allow you to progress. So instead, what we're going to do first is go down. Now, there's going to be 3 of these spells. Now, this is a different variant of them. So they use what seems to be like a spell, but it's not. It's just to throw an arrow at you. So if we could separate, and as all ranged enemies, they typically are not going to have the same health as everybody else. Alright, and once we have them taken out, there's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be the Alchemist, but this Alchemist is the one that buffs with the Electric Blitz. You saw him quite a bit very, very into the base game. So, if we can buff up, I do believe it'll go a long way. Like I said, the guy's pretty rough. I hate his timing. You're done. Thank you. Now, if you can't circle behind him, it's going to make life, much easier for you. Refuse to give me a critical attack there. Absolutely fucking refuse. It's alright. Irritating, we'll be okay. Ancient Disc, like I said, you don't want to miss any of those, because once we get to our merchant, it's going to be really, really handy to have, because we just get a lot of stuff that allows us to upgrade or complete quest lines or, whatever the case may be. But that's all he'll take. He's not going to take Ergo. He will only take Ancient Disc. timing was a bit off there. Not now. Alright, so we're going to do one more. Wait on them to get up a little bit because they have iframes while they're laying flat, just so you guys know. Alright guys, so from this point we're going to go on down and get your shortcuts. If you were to go straight, that's going to progress you, but just turn over here to the right. Now what my plan is we're going to take out the next enemy because the elite enemy is not going to respawn. Then we're just going to go back, rest, and push straight through. Because we only have to kill 2 enemies for this. It's going to buff up with fire for this one, guys. Buff up with fire. It's the Brawler. So you guys remember him from the main game. Very, very tough, guys. I know I wouldn't be able to get to him in time to get that critical off, so. Bye-bye. Just stick with it. You know, stick with it. If you guys feel like you need to rest, you can. I think I might even be okay. There's not too much left between your next Stargaze or just regular enemies. So I may push my luck, but it's not really recommended, just so you guys know. Remember, you want to interact with everything you're going to pick up here in the DLC. Like I said, there's outfits and quest items, consumables, and upgrade mats, so you do want to interact with everything. If you're trying to pay attention to the story at this point, we've learned that the legendary Stalker was training Romeo and Carlo to fight against Simon Manus as he was creating the puppet frenzy. He was creating the petrification disease. They've already killed Carlo at this point, Geppetto's son. Romeo is missing. No one knows if he's alive or dead, and the legendary Stalker's out there somewhere. So this is a directive ordering Simon Manus ordering his guys to go after legendary Stalker. Thank you. Thank you. You. He said, a little irritating at times, but we'll put them down. This actually brings you up and out. That would look like the optional content, but it's not. So, over here is. So, we're going to go this way first. But with that being said, you're going to have 2 enemies here. You only see one. Alright, bitch. You only see one immediately. Well, if you see her, I couldn't really see her with the bush there, but I think you guys get the point. Grindstone coating capsule, probably my favorite, one of my favorite new consumables that was added. So what this does is gives you back your grindstone uses, guys. So if you use both of your buffs going through an area, with that you could actually go ahead and get them right back. It just refills your grindstone uses. So I really like that a lot. It's very useful for later areas for sure. And it lets you just use your buffs a lot more often. You don't have to hold off on them so much. So you do need to go around to the left side. There's going to be a ladder that brings you up, but for the item you saw over there, you have to go this way. Thank you. Break on through. Break on through. Then we can go and backtrack. You're really just working your way up to an area called the Bird's Nest at this time. Actually, not even that far from the boss. It's just a small area. I mean, it's, quite a bit going on here, but all in all, it's pretty small. Come here. Thank you. Doesn't really matter which way you go. We're gonna have to do a full loop around. I like to just try to target all the enemies before we do anything else at all. All right. From there we go to the left. There we go, and that should be it. There's only 3 here, so a lot of times you'll see 2 of them, you'll take them down, then another one just kind of comes behind. You never really see her just because how it's set up. There's going to be a ribbon right here. You're going to see this is involved with the NPC we're going to meet later on. It's like a small girl that's a puppet. She's been held captive here by Markiona. So Markiona is one of those people that are working for Simon Manus that are standing against the legendary stalker. In fact, if you pick this up, you got to listen to all these in the DLC, by the way. There's going to be, I think, 4 recordings all in all.
My sadly not departed friend. Important matters brought me to your door. I am searching for my lost apprentice. And it should come as no surprise that I thought you or your other alchemist fiends had taken him. I hope you don't mind. But I made a mess of your lackeys as I passed through. If you do, consider it partial payment for what happened to my other apprentice. As soon as I am able, I shall return to collect your remaining debt. Until then, take care not to die. From Leia, Florence, Monad.
Alright.
Okay, so
that is the legendary stalker,
definitely,
Leia.
absolutely, irrefutably in the past. Unbelievable. The Leia Florence. She's the one they call legendary stalker. Story is, she went missing a long time ago in Krot, as it happens, but here she is, still building the legend. And between Markiona and Leia, I know who we're siding with. We still don't know why we're here, but maybe we're here to meet the legendary stalker.
Could be. Y'all will see. Like I said, DLC story is super cool. It does help explain the base game as well. We only have 3,000. That'll only be 8. 12,000 would not be enough. Alright guys, so resting on up, your next fight is with Markiona. Markiona is a puppeteer, so this fight you're fighting 2 people at once. It's a exceptionally difficult fight. It's very frustrating, very irritable at times. So Markiona has the ability to summon up these 2 orbs. She almost uses them as like a flail or nunchucks, so she can swipe around each way, and there's 2 of them. Remember, so it's like a double deflect when you see those, but she'll like go left, right, and then overhead. If you see the orbs coming at you in a spiral, this is a grab attack. You gotta dodge, you're gonna get fucked up bad by this. However, she's also a puppeteer, so she has a puppet that has a grand mace, and she's gonna fly at you with thrust attacks and do big swings, and she's flying around you in a circle, so that's really annoying. So if you see, the puppeteer will have strings going to the puppet. If the puppet strings are red, the puppet attacks you. If they're blue, you have a second to start trying to put damage on the actual boss itself. So think of it, blue boss, red puppet. And you want to pay attention to that, and that's the biggest thing. You're kind of going back and forth. Like I said, her puppet's got a great mace. She's circling around you, doing thrust attacks and big swipes and just spinning attacks, and it is very, very challenging. Now, we told you about the spiral. You get to dodge through that. She has the orbs she's got to smack you with. She can throw them straight out. Halfway in between the fight, or phase 2 rather, she's going to send the puppet at you for 3 big attacks. So the puppet's going to come at you really quickly with the mace and has a delayed explosion each time. The third one being massive. You have to run away from this or perfectly deflect it, which is really difficult to do. Puppet's weak to electric. She's weak to acid. So, do with that what you will. And you can target the puppet, try to get her down first, and then fight Markiona. That doesn't really work. So the best thing to do is just pay attention to red string, blue string, get in damage when you can, when it comes to, the boss. Look for those openings, and, we'll get through it. Even me, it's going to take us probably a few tries, I'd take. New game plus scaling. We are in legendary mode, so it's going to be difficult to say the least. However, we are going to get through it. Like I said, DLC bosses they're not just a step up from the base game. Like, they are a big step up from the base game of difficulty, in my opinion. It's up there. It really is. Especially for how early she comes. She's your first remembrance boss in the DLC, so with that, it's, yeah. You're surprised to find an enemy this difficult this soon. We're still in chapter 1, guys.
That murderous puppet had come to call on me.
We have one more area before we leave chapter 1, but we're still in chapter 1.
So who is this handsome guest standing before me? It matters not.
Alright, those are puppets. Let's get to it. I mean,
To
like I
think I
said,
became anxious.
probably gonna take
until
us
the
a few
fearsome
tries here,
thread
guys.
arrived.
So
What a
red
fool.
springs, yeah, there's the thrust thing. It's so hard to read that at times. He's got a lot of spinning around, trying to, you know, dodge through it. And look at it, you see, it's fucking crazy. It's kind of messy.
None
He's
who
putting
enters
effort all over
this
the place. Not perfect with the timing, like I said, walk through it. Puppets are coming. It's lit.
Why must you and the legendary stalker impede my work and get in my way?
Gotta survive it. This is one where she does her explosions, guys. We're gonna go straight at you. Ah, come on, in the middle of a Fable arc though? Did not realize that it could do that. That's why I went with my Fable arc. Yeah. Like I said, if you get caught by that, I'm not saying it's game over, but it's close. Just watch it, you know, pay attention.
How do you propose repaying me for my lost time?
In the air. Won't even near us.
None who enter this greenhouse may leave with their lives.
Stick with it. Like I said, stick with
How
it.
humiliating that you should see the power I
Alright, so
was
now we're in
saving
trouble.
for
So, one, explosion, right? Two, explosion. Notice we can. Yeah, it's got a lot of range too. You can try. You can try to dodge or deflect to it. Just difficult.
Why must you
Hurry,
and the legendary stalker impede my work and get in my way? Death is
Ah,
my domain,
man, I could have hit her with
and
her
you
Fable
shall
Art and beat her
serve me for-
if I would have got to it. If I would have got to it. Once again, I can't state enough, you know, like, we did really well there. It's just, it's a fucking mess, dude. It's a messy fucking fight. There's so much happening on the screen. It's all over the place. There's no real rhythm to it like you're typically used to. So, you know, I think that's the biggest frustration for me in this fight. It's just a fucking mess, you know? It really is. It's not me bitching. No, it's a fucking messy fight, dude. Don't really have any other buffs, so let's just go with this. We could try to apply damage from range.
You're
I
not the
think that
puppet I
would
was
not be the,
expecting.
the worst idea.
Who are you?
Oh, you're a pussy. God, you're a bitch.
None who enter this greenhouse may leave with their lives.
What even happened, you know? What even happened? And look at that. He just spins around 12 fucking times in a row. Remember, if it turns red, that puppet is coming. Oh, yeah, good. Now you see, once you get enough damage, you kind of stun her for a second
How
there.
do you propose repaying me for my lost time?
That was cheap. As I said, I just focus on her, dude. That's what I do. I focus on her. Now the thing of it is, our puppet, our guy, is not gonna live forever. follow up.
Can't get away quick enough, can you?
So if you're gonna get hit with the grab attack, I've avoided it a few times. You're gonna get hit by a heal before, you know, like right when you see your cast a heal. So if you get caught,
Death is my domain, and you
if you
shall
get caught,
serve me.
hopefully you'll live through that attack. Wonder if we still have any wish stones we could use with this. There's some where your summon takes less damage. I think that'll go a long way. Like I always, you gotta bear with me here, guys. Like I always say, I don't do these because I'm the best player. I'm not. I do walk these because I can show you guys that you can make a lot of mistakes and you can still get through it. That being said, I don't know how long it's gonna take us, right? But we're gonna do our best. Also, how many of those do we have? We only got one. Son of a bitch. We only got one of each. One gives us more, and one refills. Like one's just like an emergency
became
heal.
anxious when told the fearsome foe had arrived.
She's always gonna do that at the start of the always. Spin to win.
Why must you and the legendary stalker impede my work and get in my way?
Baylarks do quite well if you can stack them up. Yeah, if she does that, those orbs will like pop, 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 playing 12 times that shit.
To push me this far.
There we go. We're doing decent this time, guys. Our stomach's still alive. Yeah. But good. Messy, right? So good. Yeah, how would you possibly describe that? You know what I mean? How would you possibly describe that?
I left my work half complete
You're not.
for this. How do you propose
So
paying me for my
close,
lost
bro. So
time?
close. So close.
I
Got
had
it.
no rival beyond
And that's it.
Leia.
So it seems like we
Should
found
have
more
been
success just
the
staying
two of
close
us.
at the start of the fight. Baylar starts, I mean, that way our guy didn't get killed so quickly. Because since he gets killed, you have two people on you. I tried to play it more, I guess you could say evasive, more carefully at first, so I stayed back. You know, try to target one at a time, but I mean, honestly, you do just gotta stick in the fray. I didn't want to recommend that because you get put down in a second flat if you start getting caught. But you know, just stick with it. You saw what worked for me. You saw what didn't work for me. You know, so make your own judgments with that, guys. Yep. So over here, you're gonna see where to go. That's the only other thing on the map right now. Oop. And we talked about this last episode. So if you go back over to Greenhouse Outer Garden, this is where we initially started from, where we closed out last episode. There's the gate. So the only reason you even went through the greenhouse was to just get the key from her. That is it. And you did get your boss remembrance there. And we're going to go over that, but after we work through our next area, we're getting to the, let's just call it the hotel crop for the DLC, you know, where you're going to do all your build maintenance, your hub area, right? So we'll cover that when we get there. It's just, you know, it's one episode away. Alright, so as you're on down from this point, you're going to see a very ritualistic kind of cutscene area in general. So this is a legendary stalker. She pretty much, I think she finds her father murdered here and sacrificed by the murderous puppet, who I'm not going to name because it spoils something from the base game. But there's like this rogue puppet who fucking hates everybody. He reminds me of like the Joker almost. He's very murderous, very sick in the fucking head. However, he was programmed, I guess. He's going around torturing and killing people. Like I say, it's very sick. I think that's what he turned her father into. You see what I'm saying? Twisted fuck. He's called the Blood Artist, and this is why.
bastard. I'll kill him.
And that's all that's really to the cutscene. But you did get the bloodstained locket, which has value later on. And then you got a new outfit, one that I really like a lot. Probably worth the whole playthrough from this point. Should we get back to our mask? How's it look with this? Might just not wear anything. But yeah, it's a really nice little coat. I like it a lot. I think it's the first, just like nice, clean looking, outfit you get. I mean, there's some clean looking ones, but this one's really nice. No, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with my shoes? And snow. I was like, those look cool. What is that? Snow.
Hello. Rosoro wants to be.
So Rosoro, that's the little girl puppet that was in the birdcage and talked about last episode. We'll get into her quests, next episode. Now for this next area, you might get plenty, but if you're missing a bunch, you guys might want to go ahead and go back to Hotel Crop between episodes and buy as many sawtooth wheels as you can. I mean, we're gonna find a bunch here, but if you just buy like 10 or 15, we're actually gonna be working our way through like a carnival. We have to use those to like throw out balloons and do all the little stands, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really fucking cool area. However, if you're missing a bunch, you're not going to be able to get the rewards. So try to stock up on those. I think we get like 20 as we go through, but you need to like not really miss. So that's the thing. So if you guys want to get prepared, that would help you do so. Either way, with that, we are going to wrap up here. We'll see y'all back here next episode to take out the carnival and make our way on over to the Eventide Crot.